Stand to my quarters and welcome back to another episode of RogueTech as we get into the campaigns of Copper Tops Cannoneers. And last time we had a little bit of a slide in mission, did quite well actually. Kicked some butt, took some names, and now we're moving on to something a little bit harder, 3.5 skulls. Not the 4 skulls out there, but the 4 skull missions right now are paying out terribly. Like there's a 4 skull battle right now that's 2 of 11, which kind of makes you wonder why are we even here, if not just to suffer. But we're taking a 5 of 23 recovery mission, which we are going to hopefully steal something off of. But no guarantees as always. What are you?
Okay.
Oh, you are the long time.
Here we go.
Where is the enemy? Alright, we have a Hollander. Meh. Unknown. Let's zoom in on our unknown here. Griffin. Wait, Hollander, Griffin, Panther, and Stinger or Valkyrie? It could be the Wasp. I can never keep the Stinger or the Wasp in track with each other. If that's all that's there, then this is the worst payout ever. Like, the only thing worth off of this Hollander is just his gun. He's a 45-ton mech. He doesn't deserve to live. I agree. He's actually here. The YouTuber is at this trying to make as many sacrifices as possible. I wouldn't count on it, on there being reinforcements, because... Oh, no, there are. You're totally right. I'm totally wrong. There is a raid, though. It's the payroll mission, where there is only 2 units on the field, ever. No matter what skull difficulty. If you get payroll, then it's always easy. Oh, so this was just the backup zone. So who bombed me from over here? Do I not even see them? We don't even see them. This could be a problem. 2020 is interesting. But it's gone now, and we get to move on. Large lasers. Look at all that evasion. Actually, apparently it's only 6 points of evasion now. At least they've reduced it. I want them to remove it entirely, but at least it's been reduced to a somewhat more believable level. Instead of being like 24 pips of evasion as your starter. Anything interesting over here? Yay, it's a scarecrow. We must see if we ever find out. Yeah, it'll be fine. You have to have faith of the heart.
Holding for the right opportunity.
It is a wasp, okay. Don't remember if I called it a stinger or a wasp back then. Panthers are boring! I hate panthers. Okay, that one actually hit. I believe that actually may have hit one of my aircrafts.
Minor, Commander.
Reporting heavy damage.
Keep going down.
Waiting for my opening.
Who's my last guy? Oh, it's you. Hopefully you won't be able to hit me, but no guarantees. A very nice, cool looking gun though. Yeah, total miss. We can work with that one. Alright, I'm not super impressed by what I'm seeing here. None of these things are worth all of the salvage that I'm currently taking this mission for, so we're going to hope for even cooler reinforcements to show up at some point soon, because if not, then we took this mission for the wrong thing.
As you wish.
Hey, we hit the Griffin. Good job.
Commander.
Long boomstick. I really don't want to waste long boomstick's fire in this opening round. They're not really clustered that well, especially not for the Hellstorm Cannon. Hellstorm Cannon is not a very large artillery device.
Affirmative.
I'm going to take a little bit of risk with them. Just face him this way. 31, 5%, 34. Shoot anyway. You're just not worth the artillery. We'll save the artillery for next one. Hollander is still fun. Hollander is somewhat fun. I mean, it's a 45-ton mech with a big gun. Yay. But I don't need another mech with a big gun side torso. I have those already. It's my Marauder. And to be honest, it hasn't been doing a great job. I just popped the boss. Actually, no. Popped the Hollander.
Firing on target.
Yep, he was backlit, so we were able to hit him. I can legitimately say
That's a miss.
what I am not that man. What? I can legitimately say what I am not that man. Alright, not understanding.
Commander.
Okay, do you want to go up the hill? Do you want to play games with the Vulcan? Apparently I can't even see this Vulcan. Really?
Got
somewhat odd to me, but I'm going to move you in a position to do something about it anyway. After all, you can just pop
it.
missiles.
Engaging target.
I almost never use them all up anyway. Our alarms often get swapped out for our SRMs relatively quickly. I have a Hollander. Oh, it's a 35-ton one. Managed to fit a thumper into it. I use it now. I'm in the 50-ton mech now. Yeah, but we're not even in 50-ton mech range anymore. Ideally, we want to be grabbing 65 and up, which you should be able to run into at 3 skull and above. Well, 2.5 skull and above, technically. Sadly, we did not roll luckily. Let's roll the dice. Hey, we got a hit. The gyro crit. That'll work. You talked about the Spiff and Brit video about the YouTube exploit, and I tabbed to watch that. Ah, okay. 35-ton plus industrial TSM, Baba Yaga Atlas handheld heavy rack. But why not just put it onto an actual competent weapon platform?
Aye, aye.
Early game, a Hollander, I absolutely agree. There's absolute uses for a Hollander, but late game, no. And since we're trying to transition into late game by skipping a couple of steps, that's not quite what I'm on the lookout for at the moment.
Let's do this.
Rogue, your Centurion. See if I can't wipe out this Panther this round. See if we have a little bit of luck on our side. Alright. Your standard Panther, there is no purpose in beating around the bush on this one.
Target confirmed.
Didn't do great.
Reporting. Critical hit.
Wait, it might be a 20-tonner? I would be very surprised if you managed to cram in a 14-ton thumper cannon into a 20-ton mech. Got what would be a nice addition right now? If I can find enough missile weapons, yeah. That or a Thunderbolt. I'd rather not have a Thunderbolt. Thunderbolts are boring. Catapults are cool. What are you, a filthy inner? Yes. Hi. Davian expat.
What's up, boss?
You walked into a very inner sphere centric setup over here. Alrighty, yeah. Pound that sucker straight into center torso, see if you can't crack him.
Copy that.
Of course, Shade always there when you absolutely need him. What's this for
Heck,
here?
kill.
So even industrial TSM, you'd need at least a 65 ton mech. Oh, the handheld one. Ah. That'd be a filthy inner than some people ignore the Blood Spirit logos. The Blood Spirit logos are there as an inside joke. Which, to be fair, I think is a pretty good joke, but
Heading that way.
I thought it was pretty fun. No. Honestly, I'm tempted just to not shoot this gun at all. Because I don't think you can hit it. Well, I take it all back. I just need to keep insulting the Marauder pilot, and eventually he will actually make something work. Clearly, that is exactly what's on
Commander.
display. How badly damaged did you actually get hit? We don't know. We don't have sensors on the first round.
Yeah.
Because everybody starts with sensors off first round for some reason. So we're going to have to just sort of figure it out as we go along. Right, give him the silver bullet.
Here you go.
Hey, that's a knockdown. Sorry, I had to step into the office for the past 15 minutes. You missed a phenomenal Gauss rifle shot. Because if you have to work for morally bankrupt people, why not go all in and be evil? Not everybody in the industry is evil. In fact, most of us are pretty good. Doing what we can. Help out our neighbors. You know, so long as our neighbors doesn't have cooler stuff than, you know, that we want to steal.
Good to go.
Although we're not really Capellans. I don't know of any Capellan fans here. But we actually do need to be careful to make sure they don't actually blow up his side torso, because that's the only thing that's of any value on this mech over here.
Scored.
And then the artillery. I think that blew up the side. Oh, it didn't. I'm amazed the side torso with the Gauss rifle still intact.
Yeah, Commander.
Alright, Jade, keep on marching on him. If you can direct lines of sight on him, I'd like to try and crack him center torso, because I think he carries ammo in his side torso. Although I don't know that for sure, and there's not a whole hell of a lot of armor left here. You know what, go side torso. We can make up the ammunition difference, we can't make up the gun. Of course you didn't fully hit it.
Take that.
You might not be evil, but word says you're filthy heretics to be purged in nuclear fire. Same difference. That's what Blakists think, not what Clanners think.
Yeah.
Unless you're Clan Cloud Cobra, in which case it's more Buddhist than like Crusades.
Affirmative.
Oh, that shit's so good. But no, I'm
It's
gonna play it
yours,
safe
man.
and just blast them with a normal gosh shell. Because the yogurt is percentile Marshall's yogurt. Okay. But remember, evil is subjective perspective. And while the serpents are having earthlings trick over there. There's one earthling! One! What shades of the No! Why? You shot down my free helicopter! Oh, the humanity. It's a dick move, man.
Yes, Commander.
Dick move. You have an open CD? You do? Well, guess who has a chance of killing you? Fly right on over
Full
here.
speed.
Target you. You know, I'm going to throw in the Warlord. We're going to Warlord the chaff missile launchers. Throw on these. Then throw them in.
Affirmative.
Leave your bails.
Target's taken a critical
He does
hit.
not bail. He has no fear.
Huh?
To be honest, that's probably a huge mistake. Oh, we have sensor contacts. Another CN11. Hey, we found one. And an urban mech RQ. Okay. All right, so this is, of course, our primary goal. It's a catapult. Catapult C4C, which I'm not sure which one. The C4 catapult is the it's 2 LRM-20s, isn't it? But I don't know what the C suffix gives it. Maybe Clantech? Ooh, a Clantech catapult would be fascinating. I tried a Wabi start a while ago, getting into the industries of pain. Started with a few Wabi mechs and collecting pirate technology. Just describe combat life. Isn't the C4 dual? No, that's the K2. Could be Clan. It could be Clan. So hoped. So DNA does. I didn't register people as anything but targets. Oh, so you are a Wabi. You're not Clanner. You're Wabi. All right. I kind of want to bring Big Iron back around in this direction because I think this will be more fruitful in the long run.
Heading that way.
We do, of course, need to be aware of our catapult. We don't want to cause too much damage to him. I have zero interest in taking this Centurion alive because I have 2 of them, and if I add a 3rd one to my ranks, I'm going to be very annoyed with myself. I'm going to just start bombarding him. C4 replaces 4 medium lasers with 2 smalls to bump. Yeah, but it's a C4C. That's my question, is what does the C suffix add to it? So that's where we're debating whether or not it's like clan tech or something interesting. Could just be incredibly boring shit, too. That has been known to happen,
Got
sadly.
it. Going flat out.
Alright, Sprug. Not him. Yes, him. Improved MRMs. No, not you either. Wait. Oh, I don't have a line of sight on the target. Damn it. Alright, let's go tandem. See if I can't fry your ammunition. Really, I shouldn't have bothered. I should just fire the normal burst, because you had an open side torso with your ammunition already. That was foolish. Hey, where's it? What do we got? We got a RogueTech Roguepedia. C4C has LRM-20, Beagle Probe. Jesus, could we get him more? Centrifusion engine is replaced with an extra light engine with an extra free tonnage, a large laser, and a Beagle active probe can be mounted. The 2 small lasers are replaced with a single pulse version. The heat sinks are upgraded to double strength mode. Not gonna lie, that's a really terrible sounding catapult. A large laser, a small pulse laser, and 2 LRM-20s? Really? I mean, to each their own, but damn, that sucks. Off the backs of an extra light, really? Maybe the hardpoints are good? I wouldn't count on it. They went back through and they nerfed a lot of the hardpoints recently so that they could bring back the number so everybody didn't have like 15 hardpoints on them.
What's the plan?
Alright, Vedette. Vedette can see the target that I want to kill.
Certainly.
Alright, not you, not you, but in fact you. Target that shoulder to make it less likely that we hit the side torso. That's a kill!
Hostile removal.
Well, I told what is the crazy catapult? The real crazy catapults are the ones with the arm-mounted ballistic and on the other arm being a missile launcher. Those are some phenomenal catapults. I love them. Because basically what they did is they added
Yes,
rifleman
Commander.
arms to the one. so it looks absolutely hilarious. I can get a shot on you. The accuracy of the shot is questionable at best, but I can see you. Let's just lob some AP. Ooh, got a couple of penetrators. K5 is a dual MM30, which is a lovely design. An excellent one. Better with heavy MM30s though. Remember we had one of those where we put heavy MRMs and a rack on? Yes, we did that. It was great. Although it was never as good as the version that was just twin heavy MM30s with acid rounds, which would just annihilate anything that it looked at. This wasp is completely pathetic, and we all know it. Turn you around, you're gonna start engaging proper targets up here. What see you? 9.6, still not gonna waste it.
Roger.
I'm gonna wait until I have a follow-up to it. Don't know if it's a catapult with a ballistic slot in the torso. The K2s have ballistic slots in the torsos, but these were ballistic slots in the arms. Different but same. We had one recently tested an Orion with a rotary 20, 2 medium improved heavy lasers, and an MMS 10 with tandems. Honestly, I'd lean so much more heavily into that MMS if you could, because they're so good. Micro 5 a great fun with the catapult gesture, sniping heads left and right center. Gesture can be interesting, especially because it's one of the few mechs in the vanilla game that actually has AMS. I'm just gonna come over here. I'm gonna take an over the shoulder shot at you because it's a back shot. Oh, well, never mind. Oh, limpet mines.
Engaging with target.
Easy peasy.
Receiving you.
Dallas, would you like to finish him off?
No shooting, just running.
You'd like to turn him into absolute slag. 84, I'm going to rely on that to actually hit, and we're just going to go to 10. I'm astonished at the number of shots that went center torso instead of side torso. Wow. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Whoops. The Vedette captured it. Shit.
What's up, boss?
That's actually really bad. Because the Vedette has no armor.
Copy that.
It's a piece of junk. Can I encourage you to explode?
Engaging with target.
No? You're gonna stick to your guns?
Hit, Commander.
Commander?
Alright, Shade, make sure this guy dies.
No shooting.
Do
Just
your
running.
thing. I'll throw the bolt-ons just in case.
Aye, aye.
Well, that'll be a knockdown.
Critical hit, Command.
It's a beefier version of the Talus, focusing on the ballistic rather than the missiles. But the range you get on the MMS and the effectiveness is so beautiful. I'm completely enamored with it.
On the move. Full speed.
Honestly, I want to build a catapult and just stack as many MMSs as I can cram into the thing. Because I think it would be absolutely hilarious. Alright, let's go standards, because we're shooting to the back of a mech that is not very well armored. Throwing everything I've got at it. 24% is the best I can hope for. Oh, it didn't matter. Did not matter.
Mech destroyed.
We have a Griffin now, I guess? I thought we killed it, didn't we?
Short-range missiles.
I thought we annihilated it. Got 2 hunchbacks and running as missile bullets? Really? That's very curious, actually. Although knowing you, I mean, missiles is of course your thing, but
Heading that way.
the irony just being that hunchbacks are very, very traditionally, wait a second, are much more designed as ballistic boats. Oh, we ran into a North Storm. Interesting. I still think it's terrible. It's an interesting one.
Lighting them up.
For you! Oh, that looked close. That looked very good. I recently got a shielding. Killed nothing on it and the pilot bailed. Ah! Then in that case, then yeah, we'll have picked up a 5500. That won't be the ideal pick, but it'll be worth it-ish. The tabletop catapult that was half a K2 upgrade, half a C1 upgrade, called the KFC, was 1 heavy PPC, 2 small pulse lasers, 1 LRM-15. Why? And I don't question half of the mech. I question the small pulse lasers. Then why I didn't see his shoulder rocket? So that's enemy laser.
Ready for orders.
Like, small pulse lasers are garbage. They don't deserve to exist. Oh, I still need to do something about this jump jet. Damn it. Maybe an improved jump jet will actually allow him to move. Yeah, only fire if you'll have a lock.
Target missed.
We'll save that. Save some ammo. Not that we need to. We have more than enough ammunition to run that gun for a while. Hi, Herbie.
I'm being flanked.
Protect that secondary asset, Commander. It's taking fire.
Yeah, I noticed. Pyro,
Yes, Commander.
you have a line of shot.
Full
What do
speed,
you
no
got?
target.
31. 20. I would like to annihilate the airman mech just because he's a mini awesome. So he's got 1 snub and 2 lights, I believe?
Target acquired.
I don't know if that actually hit him with the gas one. What else will you kill the fire resistant power armor with? The missiles? Hyper lasers? Yes! Hyper lasers to kill power armor. The aim is a bit tricky, but it does a number on the flies. I could get involved in this one. Yeah, I'm actually all green to do that. Okay, let's be a little bit cagey about this. Could dig you. This is not great if I'm completely honest with myself about. Not quite sold on it. A little bit better. Oh crap, he can see me. Shoot. Shooting him. Make him suffer. Think that's an arm?
Think I hit something good.
You did.
I'm out of SRM.
I know, apparently it was just his armor.
I'm listening.
Holy! Let's get you up here.
Yep.
Holy, do you have a fly swatter shot? He does. It's only 34 though, but still, he does.
Here we go.
That'll be his unsteadiness, so he loses elevation. Easy target from here on.
Oh, now
Small
I'm
pulse lasers were a
tearing
typical
you
upgrade of
up.
smalls that don't always build optimal when I'm thinking about builds. I see what you're saying. They will rip a mech in half if they hit you. Never go in melee with them.
Yes, Commander.
Alrighty, I think we should have a fairly decent shot
Going full throttle.
on this follow-up here. Apparently not. It's a terrible shot. Alright, still not going to use the artillery. Not firing up like that. I don't want to waste the rounds.
Reporting.
Alright, Vidette, run. How far should you run? Yes. I did not intend to originally give you the VIP. That's more of a forced thing on me. Back up to top. Alright. Now comes the
by.
game that we play. Oh. Walk it so you can maintain your line of
Move
sight.
into position. Engaging target.
If anybody can do it, it's Shade. And he did it. Someone says
Reporting critical hit.
Yeah.
Can you believe this guy used to try and claim that he was a clanner? Have a fly swatter shot? I kinda wanna give it a shot. Did you break your fly swatter last time? You did not, okay.
On the trigger.
More crits. All the crits. Well, mainly the knockdown. Not being sarcastic here, that every RogueTech streamer is running into elementals that have massive trouble with them. Oh yeah, I mean, we've run into them. They are incredibly hard to kill.
Standing by.
We are just waiting for the battle armor rework. So, BTA actually has a different version of them. So, we will be able to have more fun with them in the future. Right, and sure, let's... Don't want to bother. 1 health, 19 health? Yeah, do that.
Eye on.
Accuracy isn't great, but you just need to ping his other leg once.
Target's taking a
Run through him on the
critical
mission. Oh, we've done that. Use AoE weapons like RD rockets and bombs. Yeah, we've run into large elemental swarms before.
Huh?
Concentrated fire. It's all you can do. Let's end you. No arrow, please, but throw in the AP gas. There, that's one.
Oh well.
Ran into a
that's the
star,
way
then
the
went to the mission. Take a while. Don't try to shoot with lasers, ACs, you actually be a shotgun like weapons. Use that. Ooh, he's an angry man. Very, very angry. You don't really have the equipment choices early in game. You really don't. So you just have to deal with them with mass weight firepower.
What's up, boss?
You've placed yourself in a very annoying position. I'm gonna have to do something about you, and I don't want to have to bother. Do that. At least now you're in actual cover. Oh, but you did jam your gun. Because of course you did.
Target close.
A little bit of light damage.
Waiting for order.
Sprog! Return to us, Sprog. Oh, if Sprog does that, he will not have a shot.
Moving out.
He barely got a shot as it is.
Acknowledge.
Yeah, didn't touch once. Weapons as the new player gets stuck on him and then dies and the starting mechs run out of. We didn't have that much trouble with him. Like, as long as you just keep range and continue to use your energy weapons heavily, you can actually deal with them without too much trouble. Especially if you take air power. Which is one of the reasons why I highly recommend the officer background with the AWACS. Because it gives you so much utility. This catapult's going to be the bane of my aircraft. I can feel it
Roger
now.
that.
For someone who hasn't seen it yet, does the BTA battle armor fix the elementals, or does it just add other BAs? It's a completely, so it's a total, it's a redesign in the way that they actually function entirely. So it's different mechanics at that point. I'm kind of surprised RogueTech hasn't added them yet. And when you add the absolute canister of hard gel to it, hard gel. Well, now we're talking about something very different. The good old days of armored ferrofibers, or heavy ferrofibers. Not heavy, but God, what was it called?
Roger that. Full speed.
The ferrofibers had healed itself, except there was something missing, or at least we thought there was something missing, and then they bug fixed it, and it still continued to just gain health infinitely,
Commander.
which was hilarious. Continue to run.
Sprinting.
If they want this, they're gonna have to come get it. All right, long boomstick, you actually have a target right in front of you. The problem is you have friendlies all around it. That's a bit of a problem. We're gonna go all in on you. All right, spin up the gun. We're gonna give him a thorough swacking.
Target locked in.
Or at least try to, but like I said, the biggest problem was shooting up into the sky. However, we did make him
I am
unevasive,
out of long-range
which I
missiles.
suppose was the goal. Because we'll start in the beginning once again.
Yes, Commander.
Sprog. Static mechs don't have DPS to one-shot all muzzles? Of course not. You have to take your time. Improved or 10 ups. His ammunition's not going to explode. Just go for hits on this one. Lots of tabletops getting in the way. Or
Receiving you.
tabletops. Lots of hills getting in the way. Slight difference. You seriously don't see it? There we go.
Got it.
Yes, I'm ignoring him for a second. I have more important people to kill. Mainly the guy who has a North Storm. 43, yeah, not good enough. Keep the stream! Ooh, hit him with the heavy. It's just a shame that we deal so little stability. Hopefully they get rationalized if it's the rest of RogueTech. Well, I'm just waiting for the BTA battle armor rework to happen, which it'll happen at some point. Just takes time.
Understood.
First
Moving
busy
fast.
RogueTech. Of a sorts.
Acknowledge.
I'm really hoping we can ping him. Nope, we did not ping him before he got the shot off. I just wanted to knock him over and finish him off.
On that hit.
But did he not move?
What's that?
Bold strategy there. Alright, now you're making my life more difficult than it needs to be. Alright. Nope, he's blocking his vulnerable back. Rock to this. It's not ideal, but I'm going to try and force it to work. I could shoot here. Of course, I'm worried about shooting my friendly there. But I do think it'll work out okay. AP Gauss, heavy, medium, yeah. Then, of course, you could proceed to miss every single shot.
Well, that worked.
Every guy who ran into them has way more trouble than than is sensible for a game. I mean, this is RogueTech. You're asking RogueTech to be sensible.
Standing by.
Alright, I'm just gonna keep on trying to bully you. This character is eventually gonna get close enough to punch you in the face. Oh, of course your guns are all jammed, so you have 3 medium lasers. Yay. More penetration, I can work with that. Hope some of the other battle armors, because some of the players like to get Kanazukis. Give them time.
Commander.
Although I think they're working on quads now. Because now they've got lambs in the game. As appropriately transforming lambs. You guys are annoyingly evasive. And I don't like it.
Confirmed.
Just want to beat the other living crap out of you. Please die. Oh crap, he broke it. Alright, we can't safely do that anymore. So we're going to have to set you to normal, which is terrible, terrible accuracy.
Here we go.
That's what I was hoping for! The lucky shot. That's a blow.
I got him.
Hello, Shadow.
SRMs are gone.
Alright, so we've dealt with him. Now I have to
Good to
deal with
go.
everybody else. Right. How would you like to screw with him? Honestly, I think he's probably the best candidate for the job. You're gonna be incredibly vulnerable to him, but just, you know, do your best. Try not to die. Throw on the tag arrow.
Engaging target.
Lovely. I think I might actually be outside the circle on that one.
I'm out of LRMs.
Nope, no, we are not. Quite the opposite, in
Order.
fact. Come on. I'll play
On my
aggressively
way.
with the tiger. If it dies, it dies.
Roger that.
There we go. It does have a light engine, so we can't
Awaiting orders.
easily kill it. Not in the way that I want to, anyway. Danger close from the rain. Yes, they did manage the transformations. Mellifract? Transformable mechs, yes.
How's it going?
I'm a little bit annoyed by some of the mechs that they're, or some of the designs that they're using for the ground mech modes. They do look insanely goofy.
Oh yeah. You got
And I know the counter argument, oh, but that's just how they are.
engaging.
And I'm telling you that you can update designs and make them look better than that. There should go your stability, which should make you easier to crush.
Ready for orders.
Hi. Your armor's getting mighty thin, but I gotta be careful about how much I... Oh, maybe not to the front, but you get the idea.
Got it.
Warlord this. And we're gonna go full sandpaper on this one. So every last bit of sandpaper that you can manage, we're gonna throw at him. Shots fire and forget. Rock and roll!
Attacking from position.
Come on, just give me some open center torso armor for me to start playing games with. Thud.
Taking a
You sure? Because all LAM articles in Sarna's it was a failed prototype that flew but was not viable in combat? No? No, they're not. LAMs were very viable as strategic scout assets. The way that Star League ran war, the LAMs actually made a whole bunch of sense, but LAMs don't make sense in the Total War sort of conflicts that the actual house is dueled with. The Phoenix Hawk LAM in particular is fairly famous for being used by Curetans to great effect. And so are really good, actually. The failed lambs are the... God, what's it called? The Scorpion Lamb, the Champion Lamb, and the Screamer. Those were the 3 failed ones. Reminds me of a Steiner Scout Lance. Sarna has problems? Sarna's pretty good. What are you talking about?
orders.
Sarna does not appreciate the true beauty of what they are, but Sarna ain't bad. Don't you talk shit about Sarna. Alright, you are really not good at this. You are
On
not
the way.
good at sandpapering
Double
and reducing people's health down to 0. Although if I emphasize over here. Ooh, we got a copy paste. Largest. And blah blah blah. Resulting lamb, largest lamb ever. Unfortunately, largest lamb ever. For the Silent Lake, the Phoenix lamb. Also, the Shadowhawk lamb was a failed prototype. Oh yeah, the Shadowhawk one too. I knew I was thinking Shadowhawk and I couldn't figure out why.
Target confirmed.
Alrighty. Are we now open on you?
Solid connection on that
Is your
one.
center torso vulnerable enough for me to start doing crazy? It is perfect. All right, plate. Hey, just the man I need. Plate, it's time to get to work.
Full speed. No target.
I need helicopters. What about helicopters?
Acknowledge.
There is one good VTOL, and it's the Warrior.
Reporting critical hit.
Every other VTOL, incredibly vulnerable. Alright, finally, Kyogre has worked so hard to finally get to this point. We're gonna give him Berserker. Walk him right up behind his enemy. You know, we're gonna walk him right up to the side of his enemy. And then we're just gonna run all of our gun. Ooh, actually, how much damage do you do with a kick? That doesn't matter. We're gonna give him the kick, we're gonna fire everything into his side, and we're gonna make it work. Kyogre, do it! Hey, Kyogre did it! Miracles.
That hit something good.
All by
Hope we can
himself.
salvage that.
Isn't that funny? It would have been lovely if I could kick him down the
Good to
mountain.
go.
Alright, Centurion, you have MRMs. I must be careful with the usage of my MRMs. Alright, you have how much health? You have under 80 health. MRMs would deal 80 damage. If they all hit. How much scatter to the side are we expecting on this one? Because it might be... I think it best our purpose is to go ahead.
Firing on target.
Because we're hunting for crits here. Kicking
Inflicted
missions.
some heavy damage.
Come on, bail, bail, bail! He didn't bail!
What's that?
How much health you got left? 48? Ugh. I mean, I've got a couple of AP Gauss rifles. Let's see. How many shots does an AP Gauss rifle take? I forget. Thunder torso. Gauss rifle off. Medium improves off. Off, off. I believe it's 8 shots? Which is 24 damage. You have 48. You have 48 health. Pick him the first. He will die from exploding ammo. We're going for center torso on this one. Because I don't think he has ammo there. I'm gonna go with 1 AP Gauss. Come on, bail out, pilot.
Something just...
He's out! Sorry, sorry. Alrighty.
I'm listening.
We may have gotten what we came for.
I got it. Don't think. Don't shoot. Just run.
Alrighty then. Now we just gotta pick up the main VIP, and that'll be the thing. Talik's already eyeing his brand new mech.
Commander.
Still, you're not close enough to
Roger
do
that.
anything. Waited. Hey, waited. You can come back
Moving out.
with those operatives. Alright. Now we just march into here. Into the middle of the fire. And then we... Fudge, I forgot how to do it. Alright, we'll just go through all 12 of them.
Commander? Taking a protective stance.
Just hit all the brace buttons.
Hunkering down.
We have the asset, Commander.
There we go, and we're out. Successfully, too. Let's see what about. Now, if RNGesus doesn't rear his ugly head, yeah, there could be that. We'll have to cross our fingers and hope and pray. And may all good things come to us. Alright, what you got for me? Please don't rob me of my stuff. Although I did want that North Storm Gauss rifle too. Although I think we blew up the arm, so doubt it's there. No internal damage. A little bit of armor
All
shaving off that one.
systems nominal.
Leviathan TM is now following. Thank you very much. Hopefully you enjoy it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll be a catapult C4. Let's see what else is currently on the list. AMS Flare, meh. It's a bolt-on though. Standard Gauss rifle would be nice. The Limpet Mines, no thank you. Donald PPCs I'm not necessarily against because these are the ones that scatter, I believe. The additional heat is no matter. At least not all the mechs we're using. One of these should have a double heatsink kit, specifically for this catapult. And if it does, I need it because, yes, there's 3 of them on the board. Please, just at least 1, if not 2. Preferably 2, but come on, at least 1. Let's see what we got. All right, we also got a Griffin part and a Hollander part and a Panther part. We got that large pulse laser off of the Griffin. One of the LRM-20s is intact. Medium pulse laser and the standard PPC, not the Donald. 4 armor, 2 case, basic cockpit, and no steel. A single double heatsink. It makes sense in context. You aren't really meching unless you're using a dasher with a 350 ground speed. If we find one, we will probably not bother building it. There's one good dasher, and even that, when you compare it to other clan designs, like, it's not that good. Although it is fast, it just has no armor. 6 ER medium lasers though, on like a, what is it, a 25 tonner or something like that? Fast as all hell. Designed primarily to actually bring battle armor into combat. That's why it has the high ears, or the high hands. Alright, Jesus says you weren't specific enough with regards to your heatsink question. I said the kit. I did say the kit. Alright, 17,000 for 3 days, although our mech warriors are actually probably going to take like a month off. You congratulate themselves. Take me to the barracks. I don't need to go to the barracks, I need to go to the mech bay. Because we're 8 days before the end of the month. We're just going to have to hope that we get lucky on this. I'm not going to build it yet. We're going to wait till the end of the month unless, you know, I run out of things to build, which I'm going to run out of things to build. Oh, interesting. Alright. What are we getting rid of? Valiant or Urban Mech, or we could just trash the Raven. The Raven is nimble though, and I like nimble. Nimble as a trait is very nice, because it allows you to shoot and scoot. Yeah, sure, really, I'll tell you a story about a goose that was a light. He used to kill 85 times. Goose is loose. It wasn't awesome. No, getting rid of the Ravens, that's illegal. I'm keeping him just for his nimble trait, so that means Urban Mech or Valiant. Sorry, Kager, I don't anticipate you ever actually being able to use this ever again. Junk it. Come back to storage and build me Le Catapult. Let's see how much.
That mech is ready to
Cross your fingers. Let's see what it comes to. Come on, be intact. Be intact, Center Tort. Nope. That entire CT's cored out. Did we save anything of any use? The LRM-20? Really? Oh, that's gonna be so painful. I was hoping for an engine or a core or something, but dear God, that sucks. Oh, God. No. There's nothing here. It's just an empty design. It's an empty design. Really? I mean, I could put a ballistic on it, but I don't want to. Ugh. Alright, what do we got in terms of missiles? Yeah, that's what I thought. Do you have a 20 for the replacement I could go with? Or I could throw in an arrow. About as expected. A little bit worse than I was hoping, actually. What was on it? Enough lasers to headshot and targeting gear? There's a slot for Gauss. There is a slot for Gauss, technically. 2 SRM-6s and an AC-20. No. Very much no. I'm not gonna build that. That's garbage. Oh boy, I need a big engine. 260 is not gonna cut it. I need bigger. So you are a 65 tonner, right? Yeah. I need an engine. Got a 265, that'll make it go 4, and then so 260 plus 65. Oh god, I'm terrible at math. Is it 325? Or 330. Instantly the game's like, screw you. Excuse me, sir, what do you think you're doing? That's exactly what I thought. Plan XL gives me 3.5 tons. That would be the fastest skirmishing LRM-20 boat we've ever built. No, actually it would not be, but still. Don't have that, don't have that, don't have that. Could do that, but I don't want to because it reduces my salvo throw rates, and I want my salvo throw rates high. Heavy armor 10s. Do I have the ammo for that? I do. It would be an Apollo ammo. That would be a follow-up. That would be the big ballistic design, actually, if we wanted to go in that direction. Would be the single ton of Apollo. And then we'd have to throw in that AC-20. Theoretically, we could do that. Do I have LB-20 ammo? Because I'd rather the LB-20. I just have slugs. I don't have clusters for it. Because ideally, we'd want the LB-20 instead. How much shots does Mars have? I have no idea. I don't know how the Mars works at all. So, what MRM and MMLs do we have? Not good enough. We could try and build this, but the problem is we don't have enough ammunition to keep it running. In terms of the heavy MRMs, because we only have the single ton of Apollo ammo. And that's going to run us for 120 shots with 2 MRM-10s. It's just not good enough. Also, we'd have to be running an Artemis targeting computer for something that's packing big ballistic. And that's just pain. On so many levels. Do I have an Artemis battle computer? I do not. Yeah, that's not going to work for me. Unless I can get Artemis in another part of the mech. Which I don't think we can. So this means we must run Mars and blame Cliners when it fails? I don't know. Also, the Quickcell LRM-20s are clan weight, but for a little more heat. We're going to have trouble with heat on this mech design because the only heat that I actually have to play with are clan heatsink kits, but I don't have any actual, clan heatsinks. This is fast enough to actually get in the range of things, which is nice. Alright, let's mock it up. Something we used to do all the time. We got out of the habit a little bit. So if we mock this up, I do have a double AC-20 ammo. That fills me for what I need there. And then for the MRM, yeah, it's gonna get annoyed at me, so I have to. We'll put it on the targeting computer for now, but I don't want to use it honestly. It's for. Yeah, that puts us right at the edge. This is a placeholder, don't worry. Gives me half a ton to work with after that. I got 2 tons that are currently sunk into the jump jets, which I can pull out of there. If I need to, which I may not. Because I want a gyro. Gyro XL. Also, I haven't even bothered yet putting in the really good shit yet. Give it a Dreadnought gyro, just for old time's sake. And give it the Endosteel Clanner version, because I think we're going to have a slots problem. Yeah, now we're up to 5.7, which lets me go back to jump jets and cram these suckers in. That'll get me up to 5. And then that's enough for 2 medium lasers. Weapon. Weapon energy, give me medium laser. And then let's see what happens when we throw in the, what's our heat? 60 for 52, that's really good. That's too good actually, but I'm not gonna mess with it. We don't have arms, so we can't do any of those. We can throw on the bolt-ons though. Laser, no. Do I have a bolt-on? I don't think I do. See if we can't throw in some ferro. Ferro gives me extra weight, which I throw into armor. Now the game is being very complainy about that. Okay. Get the 90 armor on the legs, please. Can I swap you out for heavy ferro? Oh, it has the slots for heavy ferro. Even better. We've got a Beagle Probe. I don't need that. Because I will instead cram in, I believe I have a Warfare Suite. By the way, this is all still a mock-up, which is kind of sad. Oof. Probe King. I'd rather have the ECM. I would put in, of course, an arc sheath beacon if I could, but unfortunately the Artemis is taking up the tonnage space that I need. Because the arc is the perfect option here. What's the range difference between a heavy MRM and an AC-20? The MRM, I believe, outranges it fairly considerably. 480 and 360. Yeah, by like 120 meters. Optimal's 240 versus 180. They cross over each other. It's not ideal, but this opens up and this follows up with some pretty nasty additional hits. Also gives you some decent use against ground targets. To be honest, I'd rather have more missiles on this thing, but I'm not going to be able to get that. And this is a mock-up. Things are going to change as we design more. That I could try and cram in the Beagle as well, but I don't want to. I also do still need some advanced optics. Mark 3. Aggregate missile weapons gives +1 missile accuracy. It's an argument to lean into the missiles. 100 armor on the legs. Let's really sink into those arms. Because if you lose these, you're going to be crying about it. $25, $25, throw SLT. $30. There. It becomes a nice little brawler. Honestly, it's a little light. It's a little light. 2 mediums, 2 heavy MRMs, so it's an around 20. I know the 20s for making holes, but what do we do? Act 10 work? You're not gaining much off of it. And you need more tonnage on top of it. Honestly, the LB-20 would be the more optimal choice. So, 1. But at that point, then we wouldn't be able to fit everything in here. This is really mobile, because it's packing in 5 jump jets. It's a 5A5 tabletop. I would trade the Afterthought mediums for a relevant. I would trade the Afterthought mediums to relevant range bracket. Mediums are just useful to have. There's nothing else to really throw into it. So besides, their optimal's the same as the heavy MRMs. 360, 180. Oh no. No, same as the AC-20. 360 to 180. The MRMs give it a little bit more long range-ish fire. To be honest, I'm not really sold on the design. Because a catapult with good ears, I would rather lean more heavily into the missiles. So that it's optimal territory. We also need to mount another jump jet. We can't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're all good there. Oh, I don't like it. I really don't like it, if I'm honest. I would much prefer to lean more into these the missile arms. The AC-20 is a cute idea. Run it anyway. Well, first of all, we can't afford to build it. Second of all, we don't have the equipment to build it. So, Talus jump jet. Ah, yeah, good point. We do need a Talus jump jet. We'll start to get to work on this. I think we have enough time before the end of the month to actually build it. So we'll start stripping parts off. I kind of want to lean more into missiles, though. Store it? You can't store it until you fix it. These will be expensive. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I would want to lean more heavily into heavy MRMs, but finding them is not quite as easy as I'd like. I'm doing the 3.5 skull mission. I've run into an Orion Warhammer to King Crab. I am so jealous of you. I'm jealous of everything that you have. Where am I going to find an extra half ton on the Talos, though? This Talos is actually really tightly designed. Every idea that starts with an AC-20 really has a 50% chance to work in reality? Yeah. I will probably lean much more heavily into the missiles. Because it's got a quirk that explicitly helps out missiles, too. My heaviest is a 1500. It sounds like you're doing something right or doing something really, really wrong. You're never going to use that claw anyway. I'm going to free up a ton and a half. Alright, equipment, jump jets. Give it enough jump jets to actually move. I mean, I could actually throw really heavily into the jump jets. Just get them. Oh yeah. Wrong selection. You can get up to 4 jump jets internal. Man. another one. Really don't need it. The only reason we put the jump jets in here was so that we could have additional padding. We're almost max armor though. Jeez. We're using almost all of our slots. We still have a support equipment slot up top. Could throw a light tag. Narc launcher's too big if I recall. Oh no, the narc launcher is small enough. A little bit overweight though, if we do that. Shame. Light tag and a little more armor. Now let's throw a light tag and an additional jump jet. Basically stays the same, gives it a little bit of mobility. Make sure it doesn't get stuck. That's why armor exists, to charge assaults with later mechs. It has hags! Ooh. Sounds like you ran into a very fun little toy. Get you rocking and rolling soon.
I'll let you know when that's done.
Put the catapult to the bottom, put the sender slightly also to the bottom. And we will be ready to go in like 4 days. 3 days. Of course, our pilots will not. Our pilots are going to take like 8 days, but hey. Their prerogative, I guess. What do we got? Phantom pain. Clueless, what's wrong with you? Exploratory surgery. Give him a second medical. He gets dependable. Good job. Couple of days, get all of our pilots back. Lovely. Let's be honest, the Talus is just walking Chernobyl waiting to happen with that suicide calling. No, it's actually super useful. Yeah, we'll be cutting shortly. The Talus has actually proven to be one of our best mechs at the moment. That MMS is just hilariously good. I do a quick check in the store. I don't think there's anything we need, but the month is about to turn over anyway. Ready fusion core. Could use one of those. Oh, that's useful to me. Quick check of the barracks. Make sure all of our pilots are rocking and rolling. Make sure anything. You've got nothing. Gemroth has nothing.
I'm listening.
Holy, what do you want? Do you want to punch people or do you want to kite people?
Yes, Commander. What do you need?
That is, of course, if Holy's here today.
Yes, Commander.
Normally is though.
Yeah?
Commander.
Wait, that's a
Waiting
waste.
for orders.
That is also a waste for you, Pyro. No rugged.
Good to go.
I'm about to use all the Inferno Thumper rounds I have. Luckily, we are on a forest planet. If you can't lobotomize your rank warriors, there's no reason. Okay. Spirits, what you got? Spinogue, nothing. Tadik, nothing. And Weighted, nothing. Alright, is Holy not here?
Right here.
I don't think Holy's here. Alright, Holy currently has +2 max evasive and the ability to punch people really hard. Mobility, push range to limit, +1. Really? +1 walk movement point? And that's it? Phantom mech gameplay. And then there's the activatable version, which... I will crush them beneath my metal feet. Alright, then that you've got Berserker, which is the activatable thing, or Coolant Vent. Oh, you wanted to crush them, so that would be definitely Berserker. Cooling is reduced by 30 for 3 turns, recovering 10 per turn. That's just an insane thing. But yeah, Berserker. Enjoy your ability to stomp and crush on people. Especially given that you have the Hunchback, so that ought to work wonderfully. Yeah, you and Kager are built the same way. Alrighty. Let's go find some money, because we do need money. Cheap and easy, potentially. Defend base, ambush convoy, no thank you. Capture base. Yeah, for 3 of 15, it is a 3 skull, but... Oh, it's against the clans, right. Right. We can get no claims bonuses and shit off this one. And it's against the lords. Yeah, let's mess with them. Alright, we're going to put a cut in here for the YouTube people. So to my YouTube people, thank you very much for watching. I have been Derek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to see a notification every single time I release one of these videos, press the little bell icon, leave a comment. I will see you all in the next episode.